Hey everybody! A couple of plants are moving out of my house and into Timmy's garden, so come with me. Alrighty, day one of Tim's garden project. I've been teasing it a few times on my channel already, and the time has finally come. We are starting to look at Tim's garden.
There's a lot that needs to be done.
Yes, so let's have a look at what the garden looks like right now. Maybe Timmy, do you want to give us a little tour of your current garden?
Sure.
And then we can kind of address what you have planned. You also have some drawings that you did yourself, so I'll put those on screen eventually as well, so you kind of have some sort of idea of the end result, but we're not super set in stone,
it's
right?
It's a work in progress, right?
You know, we like to wing it, kind of just go with the flow. I think this space is small enough for us to really kind of wing it a little bit.
We can't mess it up. We can't mess it up too badly.
Yeah, I think so. All right.
Why don't we start over this side?
Yes, okay, let's have a look.
So,
first of all, your entire garden is north facing, right? So this would be east, north, and west. So Timmy gets all of the sun in the world. Keep in mind we're in the southern hemisphere, so it's going to be a really sunny garden. I think this is going to be one of our main challenges, but it's not super big, right? So we can cope with that. So what are the plans with the deck?
well, I guess the first catalyst for doing the backyard was the deck. It's quite old. I don't know if you can see. It's rotten. So,
oh Jesus!
Yeah, it needs to be replaced. So that was kind of the starting point, but the space just doesn't work how I'd really like it to. There's this paved area down here, but it's just been laid over dirt, so
it's really uneven, right?
And everything. So it's very uneven. So deck was the first priority, and then looking at what can we do for the floor surface area down here.
Yeah, and you don't really have any proper garden space, right? You've got the garden bed over here. You already removed one row of pavers there, right?
Yeah.
So the pavers actually went one further. So you really only have this tiny garden bed that's taken up by these Morea trees, right? Yeah. And then you've got this garden bed on this side that's already taken up by the
Star Jasmine.
So you actually have kind of no garden space.
Yeah, and we want to change that.
Duh.
Yeah. The current plan is that this deck becomes shorter, and then there's a step down, probably to the height of where this current concrete step is, and then so there'll be a step down, and then the deck comes out all the way to the garden bed.
Nice.
Now, one of the obstructions to that though is this very old water feature, which no longer works.
Okay, so this used to be like a little pond.
Yes.
Can we lift this up? Oh my God, what's under there? I'm scared.
Hoses.
Oh, okay.
So again, it's kind of dead space and encroaches into the living area.
I mean, you could turn it into a pond, but you already have
mosquito issues.
Apparently there's fish you can get that reduce that, but at the end of the day, I think your garden is quite small.
Yeah.
I don't think you necessarily need a pond. Do you have any idea how many square meters this is?
I think it was pretty similar to like 5 by 5.
Okay.
I was surprised. It was actually sort of more square than it appears. But
yeah, it doesn't appear that square.
No, but I think a lot of that is due to the encroachment here with the water feature, and then also with the Star Jasmine on the left-hand side. So that's taking out about 3 feet of usable space.
In Australia, mate.
Okay, it takes out about 1 metre of usable space.
Yeah.
The only criteria with the overhaul is to retain the bird's nest and to retain these beautiful palms.
Yes, so we want to keep these 2 palms for obvious reasons, and we want to keep this beautiful bird's nest fern over here also for obvious reasons. But yes, it is actually eating a lot into your garden. Like there's actually so much more space, even the fence over there, that you're currently not utilizing. And then over here, this one, you want this to be like an open bar from the kitchen, right? So this leads into the kitchen, that window?
Yeah, that's right. So that opens out. It's like a servery. This is a temporary measure, this table. So that will change as well. It's just been an interim measure.
So this is kind of like the bar area. We love a good bar area. this should kind of become like the seating area. You ordered a lounge already as well, right? It's
That's
coming
right.
in a month or so?
About and towards the end of February.
Yeah, I'll pop in a photo of your lounge that you
Okay.
ordered.
Yeah, sure.
And then that leaves this sort of area as the actual garden area.
That's our canvas.
That's
our
the
canvas
area
to work
that
with.
I'm excited about. We contemplated for a while, but we came to the decision that these trees need to go, right?
Yeah. So initially we thought we were going to remove this row of pavers and the garden bed would come to here, but the only reason we were doing that was because of these massive moraeas who are taking up so much space.
Keep the palm trees, but remove the moraeas because they're not super exciting. Plus, you already have a lot of bushes here, or like hedging here, and you have some sort of hedging over here. I just feel like it's a little too much. We want something more interesting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then
something with a bit of variety, a bit of different textures, different colours.
And we were thinking maybe things like bird of paradise, banana, heliconias, obviously weather permitting. I mean, bird of paradise go crazy over here. They're on the street everywhere, even on Stera Deliciosa and so on. So they can take a lot of inspiration just from the local parks, right?
If we can, I'd love to get some alocasias or colocasias, but then it depends on
I
the
think
amount
they're a
of
little
light.
bit more understory. I think first things first, what we really need to sort out, we need to replace the hedge with something that can really grow nice and tall. Your alocasia is never going to replace a hedge, right?
No.
But we can have the alocasia
It's more the undergrowth,
underneath.
like for those.
But I think the first priority for us is really getting these plants that need a little bit of time to establish into the ground ASAP, because it's still end of Jan over here, so end of summer. Good time to put things in the ground. It's not going to be super hot, but it's also not going to be cold. So these plants would have a couple of months to really settle in. And can actually grow before winter hits them. Winter is going to give them, there's not going to be all too much growth expected in winter, but then come spring, this is really going to kick in, right? So then we can do some understory gardening in spring. That was my idea, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to put you down, you're heavy. So yeah, I mean, neither of us is like an expert at that, and that doesn't matter. We like the journey,
We're going
right?
to give it a crack.
We like the journey, we like the learning curve. So what happened? You contacted somebody and they're going to take them tomorrow, is that right?
Yeah, so they're removing the moraea tomorrow.
So they're not native trees. It is perfectly fine for those to be cut down. You don't need a permit or anything like that. They're actually really annoying as well. It's the same tree that I've got over my greenhouse, right? They just shed so much
petals. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it is unfortunate because they've obviously grown here for many decades, probably almost, but they're really nice and established, and they do give you nice privacy. But I just feel like we could do so much better, have much more variety rather than just. It's a good filler, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have that much space. We need to utilize all of the space that we've got and really create interest, I think.
Yeah, visibility through to the neighbours.
Well, the neighbours seem to be a little bit lower than you though, so they can't really look up. You can look down though.
Yeah.
When they're coming tomorrow, do you know, are they just cutting them down, or they're grinding the stumps and everything?
They're taking the stumps as well, so we've got clear soil without the stumps in it.
Okay.
And I think that's probably the next step after the trees are removed, is looking at how can we improve the soil composition. Are there things that we can add to it that will enhance it?
And we wanted to raise the garden beds a little bit as well, right? Yeah. Well, okay, so now we just need to wait for the trees to be removed, and we can think about what sort of plants we want to put in, and or how we're going to do the edge of the garden bed, and how we're going to fill the garden bed. So I think we need to work on that. Yeah. Well, these are being removed. Timmy, are you going to film the tree removal for us? I'm not going to be here tomorrow.
That's the plan. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Timmy's in charge of filming tomorrow. So the upcoming footage is courtesy of Tim. Yeah. Any complaints? Go to tim. Hello, oh wow, look at that. Jesus, hello neighbours.
Big transformation.
Do you regret your decision?
No, not at all. It's opened
It
it right up.
smells so good here. It smells so
Fresh. I don't think the soil quality is very good.
This looks so different suddenly. And this is your fence, you said?
Yeah. But Matt out the back, he's got inspired too.
Yeah.
And he's going to put up a higher fence to be like the height of that.
I saw your face for the first time, which inspired me to build a really, really large fence. The palm trees shine more now, right?
What's the only thing there?
It
When I
looks
get rid of this.
more open.
Oh,
When you get rid of this now as well, it would look much better. So,
hold on, I've got to get a surprise to show you.
oh, look at you!
This is what we like to call in the trade a sledgehammer.
Nice.
And that is going to be used to demolish this very soon.
Oh, I want to join you.
I know you would
so
desperately
badly
want to do that, yeah.
Yes.
So
Just call me over after like a busy day with meetings. Oh wow! Look at you. Don't take away from all the fun.
oh, okay.
All right, that was so quick.
Yeah.
I love how.
I don't mess around.
Yeah, me too. I love that when we have an idea, we just go for
Yeah.
it, and then we deal with it.
We're on to it.
All right. So I will update you when there's more happening.
Catch you later.
But that was pretty crazy. Well, we only thought about this on what, Sunday.
Sunday.
Today's Wednesday.
Yeah.
We're like, should we get rid of these trees? Yeah, actually. Another day.
Yay. A new challenge.
So, today, two things. Two things. First of all, we bought this beautiful plant yesterday. I bought this for Timmy. It's his present for his new garden. You're welcome.
Thank you. It's a stick with some
It's
green on it.
beautiful. It's beautiful. No, don't you worry. Watch this plant by the end of this video, and it will be beautiful.
Oh, okay.
I have a vision. No? We need a lot of plants for your garden, so I think we need to go with some rescue
Yeah, okay, that's very cool.
options.
Very cool. Okay.
and propagations and so on. But anyway, exciting, right? More exciting today
Is Day of Destruction.
Yes, I have a lot of energy this morning,
Clearly.
and I'm keen to up. Yeah.
You can't say that.
Yeah, just beep it out.
Oh, just a little tap.
There you go. I'm a master at this.
Yeah.
Still calculating the perfect angle.
Yeah, okay, that's got it.
What is like a famous demolition? Miley Cyrus is a famous demolition lady from Wrecking Ball. What's the other famous demolition references?
I don't know. Demolition Man?
I came in like a wrecking ball. Oh,
God, you're an idiot.
that's the official technique.
Okay.
Okay, you go.
Okay.
Do it. I'm worried. We should wear eye protection.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Do you want to go
officially, we should be wearing eye protection.
Watch out.
Ouch. Close your eyes. You have sunnies? Then we look cooler as well. We're back with professional eye protection. Alright. How do you do it? Is there like a specific technique to it?
Yeah, there we
See
go.
how good I am?
Yeah.
You're doing all of these little bits. I do like...
I started it for you. There we go.
See,
okay.
I'm just very efficient. There's no point in doing like little bits one by one.
Okay.
But
Don't
of
do the whole
course-
thing. I want to do some.
Well, of
There you
course,
go.
you need superior technique for
Okay.
this result, you know. Careful! You might ruin your beautiful new palm. Ow. I'm not very good at this.
Now, can I have a turn now?
Yeah.
Like so. And then just going.
Yeah, I've warmed that up for you. Ow. Was that part of the tutorial where it falls on your foot?
No, can we edit that bit out?
Does it hurt?
No, I just knocked it. It's not cut
Okay.
or anything.
Oh, that's the song. There's a Rihanna song. And I come in like a sledgehammer. Oh my God, that was good.
Yeah, I know.
See, it works with if you run.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
look.
actually just the weight in the hammer.
No, look. Okay, one more. Good technique.
Okay, yeah, that's good.
One more, hang on.
No, you're just making a mess.
Wow, so manly. You know what I mean? It's kind of wedged in between those two.
No idea what he's doing.
Don't worry, with my professional judgment, I just found a workaround. Oh, hi. Didn't see you there.
Why
Yeah,
don't you make yourself useful?
I'm very useful. Today's work is done over here, so there is still this concrete slab, but we might not have to remove it because this area is going to be decking anyway. So we'll just see what the builder says about this. But I feel like it's more of a vision now, right?
Yeah.
Plus we can just put the beanbags here now and they don't take up any space. That space was just not utilized before, right? Look at this. It looks much bigger already.
Yeah. Doesn't it?
And it gives more room there. So this area over here is going to be the garden bed because this is more shady area. Alrighty, so next on the agenda is
New fence.
new fencing over here. So we looked at a few options at Bunnings yesterday. Haven't really made a decision yet, but we're getting there. Removing a few more pavers at the bottom over here because that's going to be the garden bed. And Timmy, you said you're going to get the edging?
Yes.
Like the rusted
Yes.
copper metal.
So Corten
Yeah.
edging. So I'll try and get that during the week.
Yeah, and then we can fill up the garden bed. I'll see you when I see you. Bye. Hello, I'm just at Timmy's. Timmy just jumped in the shower because we got hot and sweaty getting rid of all of the pavers. And I don't have my camera gear with me, so this is just on my iPhone. It's windy and I have no mic, so hopefully you can hear me okay, but I'll keep it short. So basically, I think you've seen the no trees already. Now we got rid of all of the pavers because the deck is going to be demolished on Wednesday, and then they're going to put in new foundations, and then they're going to start rebuilding a new deck here and here. So this existing deck is absolute cactus. Oh shit! Bye. Absolute cactus. It's rotten, so that has to go. But Tim has decided on a deck that is like a similar-ish color. I think a little bit more wood, not so much painted, but like a light gray, because dark colors get too hot in summer and too light colored would be too reflective and too glary, I suppose. So we went with something in between. So I think the toning will stay similar-ish. That's obviously done by professionals, not us. So I might ask Tim to do a little time lapse for us. And then I think in a couple of weeks time, somebody's coming to discuss the fencing, the back, as well as on this wall as well. So seems to be that the deck and the fencing, the things that we thought might take the longest because we require external help, will be done first. Which is good because that means we can get started with the planting soon. I have already started propagating a lot of plants at home for Tim, and yeah, so I'm starting the work behind the scenes a little bit. Tim doesn't know all of the plants that I'm gonna bring over, but I have some ideas, so I'll see you soon. Kimberly! We're here for an update. Hello, Timmy.
Howdy. Yes, we have a new deck.
What the f? That happened so quickly. Yeah. Look at that. Hang on, I need to back up a bit. It's nice. It makes the whole space feel so much bigger already.
Doesn't it?
Got this.
lot more usable space.
all the way to there.
We have
So also not much space for planting, but I mean we don't need to do anything else with this space down there but plants, right? So that's good.
Yeah.
So that all happened super quickly. We were kind of
in
thinking
a week, basically.
the table is going to go back to the
Yeah,
wall
okay,
though,
I
right?
just,
Yeah,
I
you
just need to put another.
Oh yeah, you're painting the
I need to
doors as well.
just need to do these edges.
Oh, I don't know how
And
I feel
then-
about- I mean it doesn't look bad in itself, but it now really shows how thick the framing of these
Yeah.
windows is, right?
Yeah.
But it works with the chairs and everything, so that will go
Yeah.
back there. That's
Yeah.
good. And then you've got this whole new extension of the deck, which is going to look amazing. A builder you used before,
Yeah.
where he said that like he's really busy in March,
Yeah.
so he just wants to get it done straight
He
away.
was happy to get it done. Yeah, and knew it would be a small job. So
So that all happened within a week, eh?
yeah, it was great.
So that's super good, because that's the one, like there's two things we can't do ourselves, the deck and the fence.
Yes, I just want the bloody fence.
Yes, because the fence kind of is also in the way of us starting the planting, right? If we do any planting now, the fence is just going to get,
Yeah.
it's going to ruin that. So that's all the, actually that's not all the updates. I want to show you one other thing. Look at Timmy's dubia, newest leaf over here. Jesus, he is acing the dubia game.
My dubia game is strong.
Yes, what about your splendid game?
Splendid, not so splendid.
This is what happens when you let the moss pile dry out. So I think what happened here is that Timmy was so focused on squeezing the top and making sure the top is
Yeah.
moist, he forgot that the bottom also needs to be moist, right? So everything from here seems to be kind of dead. The top leaves are okay, and that's because, well, they have their own little root system over here, and that's the root system that Timmy looked out for. He just didn't care for the root system down here. So, well, better than losing the whole plant. Moss pile is a bit of an insurance policy over here, but yeah, still suboptimal.
We learn from our mistakes.
Exactly, everybody can learn from Timmy's mistakes. And yeah, we're just gonna give it a chop and extend eventually, and then it will look like nothing ever happened, just the plant is a bit smaller than it was before. Oh, and conveniently, the day Timmy finished his stack, the samples arrived. So
I was trusting the internet that
yeah,
the colour was
because
right.
the builder was in a bit of a rush to getting it done before he starts his next job. We didn't have time for the samples to arrive, so we just chose one based on the internet. But there was like 5 photos, and in all 5 photos it looked so different. So we decided on, okay, what do we have? Now it's the moment of truth. We'll realize if we chosen correctly. Well, obviously we chose this one.
Yeah, which is the lightest.
I think these two are completely.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's Island Mist.
Is that?
Yeah, that's
Island Mist was my favorite.
Was it? But it's just a bit dark.
It is a bit dark.
Yeah. So,
You know what would be nice? Having an Island Mist fence.
or maybe I can get that colour.
Yeah. So it's not the same, because it is a pretty plain grey, let's say.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, the pops of colour is going to happen with the pots, with the plants,
yeah.
you know. I think we made the right decision, right?
I think so.
Alrighty, that's it. So I will see you when there's more updates to share. Probably fence is the next thing on the agenda. So see you soon. And we're back. Timmy is just receiving a whole lot of soil at the front of the house, but I wanted to give you a quick update on the back of the house, but I also have some microphone issues, so fingers crossed. So basically what happened is we got rid of some of the star jasmine. Was it star jasmine? Whatever it is. We kept one of the big plants, but we really cut it back. So we just need to paint this wall over here white. We spray paint the fence over here in a nice charcoal. Alright, so this fence over here is new. We need to wait a couple of weeks until we can spray paint it, because there's still some resins or chemicals potentially leaking out of the wood or coming to the surface of the wood. So basically the paint wouldn't really stick well. So think we need to wait another couple of weeks or so until we can do that. And new furniture arrived as well. It's under a cover because it rained last night, but some kind of greenish ones. Very nice. We'll show you when we see the end result anyway. Today we're keeping it covered because it is kind of overcast, but still warm and humid. 26 degrees still, so yeah. Oh, and we've got this edging in. So this is like this, it's gonna rust over time. That's the desired look. So we want it to look like this rusty color in the end. Yeah, so today we are filling the garden bed. So we elevated the garden bed with this edging a little bit, so we can top all of this up with soil, then put some plants in, and then put some mulch on top. So here we are, lots of soil, and you know how I always say it's all about the tools, so we obviously don't have the right tools for this. So yeah, this might take a little while longer than expected. We wanted a second wheelbarrow. Yeah, that one. But it didn't fit in Tim's car, so we have one, which is kind of suboptimal because we're 2 people. Should we do this with a mask on?
Huh?
Probably, huh?
Well, it's only organic.
Yeah, that's why we should do it with a mask on. Guys, sorry, we don't have face masks, but we should do as I say, not as I do. Making progress?
Yeah.
A little bit, huh?
Huh?
Oh, and guys, there's also a pile of mulch behind him on the street. Yay! Alrighty, I feel like we moved about half of the soil up front, maybe?
Well, I think more than that.
Looks pretty full already.
I know. It will compress.
It will compress, yeah. I mean, when you step on it, it's very fluffy. Yeah. It's very good, which is good. We want that aeration. But it will compress by itself, so we might just overfill by a bit. But we need to also keep in mind that the plants and the root system will take up a bit of room as well, right? Yeah. Looking good. It's hot and sweaty. You guys are overheating, so are we. But you have the option to actually rest. We don't, so I'll put you to sleep for a little bit. Alrighty, quick update. The garden bed is filled. We are a sweaty mess. and I need to go into a meeting. So that's enough for today, and I'll see you when the plants are moving in. Bye. Hello. So every second Sunday, people can put their green waste on the street, and the council picks it up. And yes, it's been raining, that's why I'm soaked. And we found these friendly pennies over there. Timmy, show us. I think if we propagate them, they'll be quite good, because we've done that before, so we've got one already.
Yeah.
We could even pot these together, make a nice little display.
Yeah.
And there's also this ficus over here. It's like Ficus elastica. I'm not too sure what's wrong with her. If she has any pests or stuff like that. I can't see anything. But she comes with the root ball and everything. And I think it would be a nice touch of irrigation in your garden, Timmy. What do you think?
Yeah, let's
Take it?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning. I'm just taking my plants for a walk. Do you want to come with me? Delivery for Tim. Alrighty, we are back. We are doing dual camera angle because life isn't hard enough as it is. So we just moved in all of the plants.
And there's a lot of plants.
From my place. That was quite fun.
Yeah.
We got a few good looks from the neighbors.
Yeah.
But I think by now they know me.
A few WTFs. But,
they're like, hi.
Yeah.
But that's alright. Now, we are going to work on plant placement today.
Yep.
But before we do that, Timmy, you've done a few things in the meantime. Mainly you painted this fan.
Yes.
This fence, right? This
Yes.
fence is new. Looks
Yes.
really good.
Yeah, it's really lifted it.
Yeah.
And it's a great. I think it's going to be a great contrast with the green foliage.
I think so. I
And
want to get some climbers to climb
really
up
make
that
it
fence
bounce.
as well.
Yeah.
And we're lucky because right now we're going into autumn, so the sun is, in summer, the sun would just be moving pretty much straight over our heads. Now, as it's going into autumn, the sun is kind of covered by the fence a little bit. So the garden bed in itself over here isn't actually getting too much direct sun at the moment. A little bit further on the western side over here, that gets quite a bit of direct sun still, but the sun isn't getting, it's getting weaker, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think we actually have chosen an okay time to get these plants in the ground, because it's still like a few 30-degree hot days coming up next week. So it's nice and warm, but we don't have as much direct sun impact as we would have in the middle of summer, right?
And
where some of these plants would just burn.
And I've become very paranoid about conditions and with the sunlight.
Good.
Given the type of plants and trying to work out where the sun is travelling through the day. But as you say, with the different seasons, the sun pattern obviously changes.
Yeah, it will always change, but it's more about, if you get the plant in the spot and then it gets to establish there, it's going to build resilience. It's more just like if it's used to really dark conditions and you put it in full sun, that initial shock is just going to burn it, right? If it's grown in that spot for a while, the plant will adjust. It will grow smaller leaves potentially if it's too much sun, because it doesn't want to expose too much of it to the sun, things like that. So, but the plant will build resilience. It's more that the plants, like my plants, they're not used to as much sun as because I have all of the trees, so it's more about that initial phase. But I think it's more about getting them into the ground, establishing a root system so that they can all really thrive in the next growing season in spring. But that's like a good 6 months away. All right, let's just get started. Okay. So we need to work out kind of the positioning a little bit, and I think what we're going to do is we haven't worked it out. We're literally going to do it live with you. So I think we're just going to have a conversation, and you can just be there.
And we'll cut out the arguing. So
Timmy, this is the sunniest part of the garden bed right now, and it's the part where we need to build a little bit of height to cover
Yes.
So from the neighbors. Now I do like the bird of paradise over here. It's gonna grow really large, but it's gonna take a few years, right? So I think we should have it more here, so eventually it gives you some height here.
Okay, yep.
But in that big open space, I think we should try and get the heliconias in.
Yeah, good call. Okay.
Yeah, see, it is already looking good, isn't it? What about this one? We said we're gonna keep this one in a pot over there because it can handle a lot of sun. Look, these ones, they will go, I've got a feeling that they're just gonna drop all of their leaves, but that's okay because the rhizomes are very, very strong and they'll reshoot.
Sorry, what's the rhizomes?
Here, see? So this is where the original plant was attached, and then this is kind of like a modified root stalk thingy, I don't know.
Oh.
And then this one is the new plant. Heaps of those.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking we could have some there and maybe
in the back
some
corner?
here. What do you think?
Yeah.
Just to give it. I don't think we need to put something in the corner for now. I think it would be a bit of a waste.
Yeah.
We can start planting in there once we've got a lot of leftovers.
Yeah. Okay.
These ones, I do want to get them onto this fence over here.
Okay.
So this needs to go onto this fence here.
The Cebu blue.
Yes. And then I want it to grow. Can you just help me with this? Then I want this to grow off the pole and onto the fence, you know what I mean?
Yep.
I think this one would be cool here, kind of hanging over the edge a bit.
Yes. Excellent choice.
I'm thinking we should start the alocasia corner here.
Yep.
This should be the
The most
alocasia.
protected.
Yeah, for now. What do you think about a big monstera here?
Yeah, like this
big
one?
Yeah, put it there.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let me show you a little bit what we've decided on. So bird of paradise here, then we've got the heliconias here, some, what are they called again? Jesus, the canna lilies. The Stuttgart, some more cannas here, and then this fence, I want plants to grow up this fence. Now I have a few propagations at home still in water, but they're not quite ready. So we're gonna have to leave gaps. But a Cebu blue here, teeny tiny Adansonii, variegated epipremnum there, big monstera there, and then from this onwards is gonna be kind of the alocasia section. So we've got a few alocasias for Timmy here. There's gonna be more coming in spring, I think. I think we just need to establish a little bit of shade for them first. So hopefully this heliconia can grow and provide a little bit of shade for them. And then over here is a palm, and this one was a rescue. We found this on the street. It looks like we found it on the street, but we're gonna get it out of the pot and we're gonna have a look at it, and I would love for this to kind of grow up nice and tall over here. The variegation would be a stunning little pop of color against the fence. And we have also decided, no, we need to put it towards the fence. Yeah, we'll put it here. Timmy has neglected his Splendid a little bit and it dropped all of the leaves. I brought him a new Splendid because I always have a spare. The new Splendid is nice, so we're gonna keep this one inside, and then we take the old Splendid, this one, and we're gonna just try it in the garden. I mean,
see if we can resurrect
just YOLO at this stage, right? So we're gonna just start digging, and we're gonna put you on a time lapse if the camera doesn't overheat, and we'll go from there. Guys, remember the crazy variegated epipremnum and how root bound it was? I got it all out. But yeah, I'm just gonna pop it as it is in the garden. let me quickly give you an update on the garden, but it is very, very sunny, so kind of unbearable for us, and
very hot and sweaty.
It also doesn't look that good with the harsh light and harsh shadow, so I'm probably gonna come back later in the afternoon. We need to do mulching at a different point anyway, and then hopefully we can see things better. But basically, yeah, all of these plants, these taller ones, have gone in here. Then I have a few smaller plants under this fern. Hopefully the fern is providing sufficient shading.
The bird's nest.
Yeah, sorry, the bird's nest fern.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then we've got some taller plants at the back, or we have some plants that we want to attach to the fence, like the Cebu Blue, the Splendid, fingers crossed, the variegated. Doesn't look like much right now, but it has lots of roots. We've got a palm in the middle to hopefully grow up and then give us shade. But yeah, that's definitely, yeah, this beautiful palm here. Okay, it's gonna happen, don't worry. And then another monstera, like just a deliciosa to hopefully climb up the fence over there. And another heliconia over there to hopefully give a little bit of height. And then a rubber tree over here to give a little bit of height as well. And then down below, we've got some alocasias, just a few for now, see how they go, and then more to come in spring. So really at this stage it's just experimental. We need to see what sticks, what works, what doesn't. But yeah, I mean, my garden, you'll see it eventually again, doesn't look any emptier because of all of the plants that I took out. It looks pretty much the same. I think the only one that really looks much, much smaller is the Stuttgart, but the Stuttgart would decline going into autumn anyway. So I feel like I didn't personally lose any of the plant, if that makes sense. So all of this just kind of like, you know, for free. So we get to experiment a little bit more.
Big thanks to Jan. Big thanks to Jan.
But yeah, look, we don't know this stuff, right? You know, we're just literally just winging it. And we're just hoping for the best. So it's always good if you don't put a whole lot of money into that, because then less risk, right?
The benefit of cuttings and propagation.
Exactly. And then we need to sort out this pot situation as well. So we wanted to keep the frangipani in a pot because it can handle a lot of sun, and we have a lot of sun on the deck. And we really wanted to keep the Bismarck palm in a pot because, again, lots of sun. This one we want to keep in a pot because it's noise, but this one needs a shadier spot. So I reckon this one will need to live kind of under the umbrella over the base. Well, and then the frangipani I think should be there.
Yeah, where the other ones are drying out.
Yes. So we also, when we rescued the ficus, we also found 2 more frangipani cuttings. So they're just drying out, and then we're going to propagate them for next season. So we have more. Can we?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a better option.
Okay, we've done a really quick rearrange. We just put some Lauropedilum over there. You can see Timmy topping it up. It's way too sunny. I tried to film and show you, but it's way too sunny. The sun is too harsh, the highlights and shadows. So we're gonna come back in the afternoon, I think. Don't you think? When the light is a little bit better. So I'm just gonna water these plants a little bit. Now, usually you don't really want to water them in the middle of the day. It's really hot, but I'm worried that they're gonna dry out a little bit. So let me just do that, and we'll see each other once it's time to put the irrigation system in. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Hello, it is the next day. Because Timmy is so incredibly organized. He got all of the irrigation stuff already and he was working on it all day. And he told me he's done. And just needs, I don't know, I hope the wind isn't too crazy. But yeah, he told me he's done and he just needs a bit of help with the mulch. So I think we're finishing the project today. Alright Timmy, show us your irrigation.
Okay.
Show us. I can see a bit there. Is it going to sprinkle my camera?
Yeah, if you stand there it will.
Okay, so it's kind of like a little misting irrigation, not drip irrigation.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, okay, this one you can see. You just need to be really careful that the mist isn't on and the full sun and then everything gets burnt. So let's do the mulch then, last step.
Alrighty.
well done.
Yes.
We're done. Well, for now, you know, as with every garden, it will be
An evolution.
It's a continuous effort, and I'm honestly so surprised how quickly we've gotten this done. I reckon it was like maybe a month.
Yeah.
But it's not like we worked on it every day of the month.
No.
That was like, I mean, that was
been 2 days a week over the last month, maybe. Couldn't have transformed better than
I think
it has. Like, I think it's
given that
everything. It's everything I wanted. Obviously,
Yeah.
we've got to be patient with the growth with the larger plants.
talking about the plants now, it was only yesterday that we put them in. I can definitely see these plants suffering, but that's okay. These leaves, I mean, if I were a plant in this situation, I would also take all of the energy out of the leaves and put it back into the root system and re-establish that. And only then I would start growing new leaves. But that's why we've done it right now, because I reckon we've got another month and a half or so until
It's really warm. Well, it's really warm weather.
Yeah, like, well, not really warm, but I think, you know, you don't want too hot either. You don't
No.
want 40 degrees, right?
No.
So you don't want to establish these plants in the ground in the middle of summer. So it is actually a good time. But just be realistic with your expectations. Some of these plants will visually die. And then hopefully
Well, we're hoping they're
come back.
working on their root system.
Exactly. So just because you see like this, for example, it goes a bit floppy over here, you know, or like this leaf over here, just cut it and pay it no mind. And
Okay.
really for you, I think what you want to, I mean, obviously don't test too hard, but what you want to do when you wiggle this, once you feel like it has
More
like
stability.
a little bit of resistance,
Yeah.
then you know, oh, it's working on roots. But
Okay.
obviously at the same time, don't wiggle it too hard because you might just destroy the root that it's growing, right?
And given they're in new soil, they've got new mulch, we've put irrigation in
And nutrients.
and nutrients. How often do you think I should be watering them?
Honestly, I have no idea because I don't really do outdoor gardening as much either. I don't know how much I should be watering my own garden,
Right.
to be fair. You know, I genuinely don't know. I mean, I got this new like moisture meter thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
and now I'm aiming for about 30% moisture level
in the soil.
But I just randomly made up that number as well. I was just like, let's just go for 30%.
Yeah.
I mean,
It sounds credible.
30% based on the meter reading. I don't know
Yeah.
if the meter reading is necessarily 100% accurate or
Because
not,
it
but I
could
mean,
be
it
in a
doesn't
damper
matter.
spot or...
But it doesn't matter if it shows 30, but in reality it's 50. It doesn't really matter as long as I'm hitting that number.
Yeah.
And I let the plants tell me the story, right? So I honestly don't know, but you don't really have, you know, your normal concern indoors is like overwatering
Yeah.
because there's no aeration in the pot, right? This one has plenty of aeration. It drains into the ground, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? These are never
That's
gonna,
what I was thinking,
They're
like-
never going to sit in water because the water is going to drain into the ground. So I think the only concern here is probably lack of aeration if the soil compresses too much. And
Yeah.
obviously if you water it a lot, it will compress faster, I
Okay.
suppose.
Well, I was contemplating like 30 minutes twice a day. So
I have no idea.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I think you're not going to get around having to actually look at the plants and see whether or not they get
Yeah.
enough water.
Yeah.
It could also be that just one or two plants aren't getting sufficient water. And you just need to give them time to either adapt
Yeah.
or die. But the adaptation process is going to take a little while, and usually, you know, it gets worse before it gets better. And whatever doesn't stick, well, it's going to be part 2 in spring then, right?
Yeah.
Let me take you closer because the lighting is actually really nice right now. It's not so harsh anymore, so we can actually see what's going on.
Sure,
Yeah?
let's do it.
And yeah, let's go through here. Oh, actually, first of all, we've got a frangipani over there. You might remember this frangipani from my old house. So Timmy got this one when we moved, 4 months ago. And it had no leaves, so all of these leaves have sprouted since Timmy
It was
had it.
3 houses ago for me, and then it went to yours,
Yeah, it was yours first, then you gave it to me, then
Yeah.
I gave it back to you.
and I resuscitated it.
Alrighty, here's our little rescue from the street. Once you cut most of the manky leaves off, it actually looks pretty good, and I'm excited for the pop of color against the fence.
Good contrast.
I did not approve of this, but Timmy put it in here regardless. Anyway, and then here are just some sad looking alocasias everywhere. As I said, these you know, we'll have to establish. These leaves are cactus, of course, you know, but we're just looking for new leaves and hopefully they come soon. I mean, look at this. It looks so sad, but trust the process, okay guys? Trust the process. All right, and then here, a little pan through. Alrighty. I know Timmy's a sucker for variegation, so I'll put the variegated one kind of right in the middle over here.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
And then at the back we've got a Deliciosa, variegated Epipremnum, splendid, teeny tiny Adansonii, and a nice Cebu. The Cebu looks good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, some more sad looking allocations, but again, trust the process, don't worry. The Canas over there, trust the process. The Xanadu over here, and then the bird's nest fern that was obviously here already, and that's supposed to give a little bit of shade to these plants down below, but I really wanted some plants that kind of spill over the edge a little bit. Let's completely ignore this corner. I'm just hoping that this corner kind of sorts itself out. Yeah. Sorry, Mame. I swear to God, also if we just position it, why are they like flopping backwards like that?
I don't know.
See, if at least position it like that, it looks slightly less sad, no?
Stunt leaves.
And then, yeah.
Terrible.
Stop it! Trust the process. And then over here, we're trying to establish some larger plants. The bird of paradise is gonna explode. It's gonna grow so crazy. The heliconias should also grow really fast, really quickly. You just have to give up on the existing leaves, right?
Okay.
So just don't cut them yet. Keep the leaves for now, so the plant can take that energy back and put it into the roots, but we're not aiming at keeping these leaves alive, if that makes sense. Yeah.
You did forget one.
Which one did I forget?
You forgot one plant. Our breathtaking
Honestly, hardly saw it. It's like
our breathtaking
beautiful
foxtail palm.
Trust the process. Seriously, we're gonna come back.
We've been trusting the process.
He's giving me shit, you know, this is what reality of plant life looks like. I'm giving him decently established plants already, still complaining.
To be honest, we did buy that for 10% of what the normal cost is.
We went to one nursery.
Because it was in that state.
Yeah, we went to the one nursery and we wanted a foxtail palm and it was $420. I got this one for $20. $20 because I bargained them down. I was like, I hunted down the people. I was like, how much for this one? How much for this one? And they're like, we don't know. It looks so sad.
Well, buying the rescue ones has worked for us before.
Exactly. So, you just need to be patient. And I mean, you guys know that. That's my principle with the indoor jungle as well. Now my indoor jungle is huge and established and all of that. But it's because I established it 4 years ago when they were all tiny, right? Yeah. So in 4 years' time, your garden is way overgrown. We definitely overplanted. I can tell you that already, but
I like the density.
Me too.
Yeah.
You can always
easy to take it out than to try and fill gaps later.
Exactly. Oh, and then we've got 2 of the lower pedalums. If you watched the video where we went plant shopping, those are the ones that we got. And I feel like it just makes a nice little step down. I don't know. And then we've got the Bismarck palm here, kind of right in the middle, and I reckon it's gonna absolutely love the sun and just fills that space a bit.
And along with the gigantum?
Oh yeah, sorry, but that was here already. The gigantum was here already. Looking amazing. Slightly concerned about the amount of sun, but I think it has built decent resilience to it.
It has.
At this stage. Alrighty, come on, one more. Well done.
Thanks, Yoni.
Well, thanks for trusting me with your garden. I mean, not trusting me. I mean, it was a mutual effort.
Joint effort.
Yeah, it was definitely a joint effort. But yeah, thanks for taking all of my orphan plants, you know. Yeah. I would have no idea how to possibly get rid of them if you weren't
so open to taking them.
Generously taking all of them. But yeah, there's actually
we still have backups, don't we, in case they die?
We have heaps, yeah. Okay. We have backups at home, and you know, the season of outdoor gardening is coming to an end, so I think soon you'll get some more indoor plants from me.
Okay. That works.
Yeah.
Well, there's a few that have come outside.
Yes,
inside,
exactly.
So.
I think the next little project that we do is gonna be focused on some of the stuff you grow indoors, because I have a few suggestions. I think I have a few improvement ideas.
Who would have thought?
And I think there could be some really cool projects coming up. And if we do any of these projects, then we'll obviously take you along. Well, I have no idea how long this end result is going to be, but I feel like I've been filming a lot over the course of a month or so. So I can only imagine that this would have been a lengthy video. So definitely
Have fun editing.
Yeah, thanks. So I think usually when I do really lengthy videos, I like to pick an emoji and then ask people to comment with the emoji if they've watched all of it. So you know, I can thank them for watching all of it.
Yeah. Is there a shovel emoji?
Is there a shovel emoji?
Yeah.
No. Yeah, there's a palm tree. There's a palm tree and a palm tree on an island.
Yeah.
Palm tree it is, inspired by this palm tree over here who is growing some fruit. It's like it's a person. Anyway, leave a palm tree emoji in the comment section. Like, hopefully, subscribe. You know, the spiel.
Leave a nice comment and tell all your friends.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks again, SPG, for all your help. It's been great.
You don't need to call me SPG. You can call me Sydney Plant Guy. Nah, honestly, thanks for watching. Thanks for putting up with us.
Yeah.
But
Ciao.
bye for now. See ya.